So Call of Duty Mobile. So the official launch of Call of Duty Mobile was on Tuesday, but the truth is I've actually been playing this for a while. It launched in Canada literally months ago, and I checked it out then. But I kind of came back to it on Tuesday. I made a fresh account because I wanted to see what had changed, and I didn't really plan on making a video for it. I didn't know how many people were interested. I made a poll on Twitter, and it was kind of 50-50. People were interested or not. But since then, I have got so many comments on all of my videos asking when is the COD Mobile video coming. And ask and you shall receive, because like I said, I really didn't plan on this. And I'm kind of glad I did wait, because over the past couple of days, I've been just kind of sitting back, watching the community, feeling like Mr. Burns.
Excellent.
And kind of piecing together an opinion on this game, because my opinion isn't necessarily that this is a good or a bad thing, but rather what it means for Call of Duty going on in the future. And you're going to kind of see what I mean when I get closer to the end of the video. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. We're just going to dive in. And this is my review of Call of Duty Mobile. So first things first, this is a mobile game. I'm not a big mobile game player. I don't really play much. I'm at home working on Call of Duty videos most of the time. So anytime I'm playing video games, it's generally speaking either on PC or PS4. So I don't play a lot of mobile video games. So picking this up was a bit of a stretch for me to learn really how to play a shooter on a phone. But it was actually rather intuitive and pretty easy once you get a hang of it. That being said, the one thing that really impressed me is how much is in this game. There's multiplayer, there's battle royale, and then zombies is coming soon as well. And they didn't just go half-assed with it. There's multiple maps, a ton of different weapons, and a full leveling system just like a normal Call of Duty game. On top of that, with the various weapons that you unlock different attachments as you level those weapons up as well. It's actually a pretty good system taken right out of Call of Duty's handbook, and like I said, it's just pretty damn impressive how much there actually is in this game. Now, every single YouTuber I have seen talk about this game has said the exact same thing, that yes, the controls feel a little bit clunky, but it is a mobile game. And after doing a little bit of research, looking around at other first-person shooters on mobile games, all of them have really, really clunky controls, and it's because you're controlling it with a goddamn phone. And every single YouTuber who made a video on Call of Duty Mobile said the same thing. They are waiting for controller support. Well, the thing is once you get a controller in this game, it's no longer really a mobile game. It's a Call of Duty game with a controller on a very, very small TV. And I don't understand why everyone would be so excited for this. Why not just put this game on a console or on a PC if people are going to play it with a mouse and keyboard or controller anyway? We'll dive into that a little bit more in the long run. But as far as the controls go, if everyone is using mouse and keyboard, everyone's on a level playing field, the controls are okay. Once again, it is a mobile game. As far as all of the maps and how weapons play and everything like that, they're pretty good. They're old Call of Duty maps. They feel like old Call of Duty maps, which actually really, really surprised me. I thought they'd feel really clunky because it's on a phone. They do not. Now, the one big thing that you're going to see a lot of people talk about is the microtransactions. Now, keep in mind, this is a free-to-play game. Anyone could just go download it and play it. But there are a lot of microtransactions. Now, I've looked around at other games. There are much more microtransactions in this game than pretty much any other mobile game. Of course, there's other mobile games that are more egregious. It's mobile games. But as far as like comparing it to Fortnite and comparing it to PUBG Mobile, this one takes the cake by a long shot. You have things you can buy in the store. You have a battle pass where you can buy a premium battle pass almost identical to Fortnite, like literally taken right out of their book. And all of these things have weapons that do have stat changes. Now, originally when I looked at this, I didn't realize that they all had stat changes. I thought they were just camos. But if you look at the little like circular emblems, it shows that sometimes you run faster, sometimes you reload faster with these various different weapons. And I'm assuming, just like any other Call of Duty game, that this is only going to get more and more egregious as this game moves on. So the next thing is connections. Now, I was actually pleasantly surprised with the connections because, once again, this is a mobile game. I haven't really played any mobile shooters, and it was pretty good. Every once in a while, I'd hit a big lag spike, but I think that was because I was playing on the highest settings and my phone would just have a little trouble with it, not necessarily because my connection with the online servers was bad. That being said, every once in a while, I'd get into a game with some people with Chinese writing as their names, and they would be lagging a lot. They'd literally glitch around the map, around corners, and I'd be dead before I even saw the person. That's a little bit of a problem. I'm assuming as more and more people play the game, that'll disappear, but maybe I'm wrong, and that's just going to be a problem throughout the game. So moving on to Battle Royale. So Battle Royale, I've only played first person and I've only played solo. I've played 5 games and I have won every single game that I have played. And really, I am not that good at this game. My aim isn't great. You can see by the gameplay. I just find the Battle Royale relatively easy. The one thing that you're going to notice, and I think this is incredible for a mobile game, if you look at the minimap, if someone's walking close to you, it'll either show yellow or red footsteps. Yellow footsteps means they're further away from you. Red footsteps means they are close to you. This makes a lot of sense because you can't really hear footsteps that well from phone speakers. What this means is you look at the minimap, it tells you where those footsteps are coming from. Brilliant idea. I think it works super well. I'm glad that they implemented that. If you get used to reading that, it's going to make you so much better at the game. Now, as far as the picking up weapons, the backpack system, it actually works pretty good. The way that they have it is when you run over something, it automatically picks it up if it's better. So if you have a weapon with a gray scope and you run over top of a purple scope, it immediately picks up that purple scope and puts it on your weapon. That works really well because the backpack system I find rather clunky on the phone. So by automatically picking up the good things, it really makes the gameplay a little bit faster, and I think that's fantastic. I think they did a pretty good job with it. Now, this is the mode that I ran into the most lag with, and I think it's just because it's loading a very big map on a cell phone. And the map oddly looks a lot like the Blackout map, in fact, almost identical, but with different locations. I found that a little bit odd, but maybe that's something to talk about in a separate video. All in all, I think Battle Royale played pretty good. It's a little bit slow. I'd like it if the zones closed a little bit faster, but once again, people are playing on phones, so I guess they kind of have to adjust for that as well. So all in all, Battle Royale is pretty decent. I don't see myself playing it over Blackout, but it's all in all pretty decent. So then I went back to multiplayer and was playing around a little bit more, and then I realized a couple of players in every single lobby I got into were moving faster, jumping better, aiming way the hell better, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I looked around the internet, checked out Twitch, and every single person who is playing on Twitch is not playing on mobile, but rather playing on PC. And essentially what they're doing is downloading a phone emulator to their PC and having it so it looks like they're playing on a phone, but really they are playing on PC. So I went ahead, downloaded it just to try it out, and I tweeted about it last night. But literally, as soon as you play this thing with a mouse and keyboard, it is literally like playing this game with hacks. It's completely stupid. And I understand why people are doing it, because they're just tearing apart these people who are playing on a mobile phone, and that'll change a bit once controller support is added in, but still, playing on PC is literally like playing with hacks. I know some people are going to disagree with me about that, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all, because I get it. People want to play this game, want to play it on a bigger screen, want to play it with mouse and keyboard. It's a decent Call of Duty game, so of course people are going to want to grind it out, and it's much easier and honestly more fun to play it with better controls. The problem I have is that Call of Duty Mobile isn't offered in any other way. This is a Call of Duty game that has multiple different characters. As soon as you log in, it shows you Ghost, it shows you Roach, it shows you Price, it shows you different specialist characters from various Call of Duty games. It gives you different maps from different Call of Duty games all in one game. It gives you a ton of selection of weapons with different attachments. It's a coagulation of all of these Call of Duty games that we've seen before put into one, and that is going to be fun for a lot of people. So I understand why people want to play it with a better screen, with a better controls, with a mouse and keyboard. My big question is, why don't they just make a game like this for PC and for consoles with crossplay that is free to play? Yes, it may have some microtransactions, but why? Why don't they just do that? Clearly people like it, clearly people want it. So yes, people are jumping over and playing on PC. It's gonna ruin the game because they're just so much better than people on a phone. But I understand why they're doing it. And really my big realization with this game isn't that it's a good or a bad game. It's a great mobile game, straight up. It's a bad Call of Duty game on console. It's a great mobile game. But really my big realization is, why the hell hasn't Activision done a game like this on console, on PC, that is free to play, that has a bunch of different maps from different games, has a battle royale, has zombies? Where has this been? And why is it that it's only on mobile phones? And I know that there's been Call of Duty Online in China and stuff like that. Why hasn't that been in North America? Because clearly people want it. And as it turns out, I actually have an answer to this. I think it's a pretty easy answer. The truth is, Activision is just too money hungry to do this. And you may be thinking, well, how is that possible? You look at the mobile game, there's literally weapon variants for $200. Literally $200. It's insane. The microtransactions in this game are out of this world. And the answer to that is if this game was on PC and if this game was on console, people wouldn't put up with that. People wouldn't buy the $200 weapons, and it would just make them mad and not play the game. And I get that. Offering a free-to-play game, you have to have a way to actually make money with it. And honestly, if they're just offering camos and visual skins, it's hard to say whether people would actually buy them or not. Now, I got a question for you. This is really what I've been thinking about, and I don't know if it's a good idea or a terrible idea. If they were to offer a free-to-play Call of Duty game like this, but on console and PS4, that has more maps, more guns, and is just, like I said, a combination of these different Call of Duty games, and it was free-to-play, but you had to pay like a $5 to $10 monthly subscription fee, and they did free updates, they had free weapon skins and stuff like that you could earn, would you pay the monthly fee? And the reason why this comes up to me is I've recently started playing World of Warcraft again when World of Warcraft Classic came out. And it is based off of monthly subscription fees. It's one of the most successful games. It is the most successful game to do that of all time. And I've never heard people complain about that. And part of me wonders if that would work for a Call of Duty game like this, that was a combination that would constantly have to be updated, so there would need to be developers working on it. Would it be better just to have a subscription fee than the mass amount of microtransactions? Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe this is a stupid idea, but I want to hear from you guys, because this is what it comes down to. It's a community thing. Do you like Call of Duty Mobile's free to play but with $200 weapons? Or would you rather just kind of earn these weapons and have a subscription? I'm super curious to hear what you guys have to say. Or would you rather just have the normal Call of Duty model where you pay $90 for a game every year, and then there's microtransactions on top of that as well that aren't quite $200 but still pretty expensive? I don't know. That's what I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. I'm super interested to hear what you guys have to say today, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time.
Listen.